Hey, it appears we are live. So, hey, guess it's Sunday night. So, guess what time that is? That means it's time for Live with Lynn. So, I'm Lynn Huber.
And I'm Richard.
And this is Richard. I want to thank you all for being here today. If you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. I'm going to move some things around. I am going to, hold on, I'm going to move this over here. And let's see. Okay. And turn on my screen. There we go. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen now. If you're here, say hi so we know you're here. And it looks like we do have some people watching. So anyway, hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully everything's good. Say hi so I know you're here. So anyway, this is my blog. This is onlinebeautybiz.com. And if you're brand new, you want to click on Getting Started right up here at the top. So, and that will walk you through everything, like how do I get paid? How do I get started? How everything. Like a customer told me that they placed an order, so how do I find it? Hi, Tammy, good to see you. Thanks for being here. And so all of that is under Getting Started. You can find everything you need to know. This is my blog. If you look at this on the left-hand side over here is what's the main content part of it. And then this part over here is considered the sidebar. And so if you're not already receiving emails from me, you can sign up to receive emails here. There's a search here. So if you have a question, you can search in here for to find, posts about that. Or we have topics. And so anything that's tagged, like say, for instance, with follow-up or fundraising, if you just click on that link, you'll find it. Find all the posts that are tagged with that. Hi, Anitra. Hi, Denise. Good to see you guys. So if you're on your computer, it will look just like this. Your main part of the blog will be there and the sidebar will be here. If you're on your phone, the sidebar moves to the bottom. So there's about 6 posts or so. And then right below that, you'll find the sidebar. So that's my blog, onlinebeautybiz.com. And today we're going to talk about Learn to Claim Your Power. That's this post right here. So let me click on that. And so, in order to truly be successful with Avon, it's important that you learn to claim your power. I mean, do you cringe at injustices practiced against women every day? I do. I know I do. Are you feeling drained and exhausted? Do you find yourself taking care of everyone else except yourself? I know Denise is probably raising her hand. She has her hands full with her grandkids and her kids, and she's always got something going on. And I know you love it, Denise. I know you do, but sometimes I'm sure it wears you out too. And so we're going to talk more about that today. But let's get back to basics, especially because there's a couple of new people on today. So really growing your Avon business is really pretty simple. There's only 4 things that you need to do. Number 1, prospect for new customers and recruits. Number 2, get a brochure to every customer, every campaign. Number 3, follow up with every customer you gave a brochure to. And number 4, take the order and submit it to Avon or send them to your online store and Avon will deliver to them, right? And then just rinse and repeat. It's just that simple. It's those 4 steps. So if you're brand new, for prospecting for new customers and recruits, we ask you to create a list of everyone you know. Hopefully you can get like 200 names on that. Yeah, Denise says, that's me. Denise says, that's me. And Anitra says, some days I totally do feel drained. I know, Anitra, you have a lot going on too. So anyway, so you're prospecting. So if you're brand new, you start a list, right? Everybody you know. No one's going to see that list but you. So you don't have to worry about who you're putting on it because nobody's going to do anything. It's just for your own use. But actually, that list is going to become a living, breathing document. I still use a list. And so you're constantly adding people to it and you're crossing people off as you're working it, right? So it should be a living, breathing document. And so if you're brand new, prospecting for new customers is just simply a matter of working through your list and maybe texting people and saying, hey, I just started my new Avon business. I'm so excited. Would you be interested in seeing a brochure? And it's just that simple. And if they say yes, then you're going to get a brochure to them. And then you're going to follow up with them. And then if they have an order, you'll take their order, right? If you have already worked through your list, if you've been with Avon a while, and I've been with Avon 20 years, so obviously I'm not working with my original list, but you're still adding people, right? And so for you, prospecting might look like there's lots of different ways to prospect. It might be on Facebook, it might be on other kinds of social media, it might be going door to door, knocking on doors, and we have a whole post in here about in this blog, there's a post about how to do that, how to put books on doorsteps and get customers that way. Or my favorite way, just because I am not good at small talk and I'm not good at talking to people and I mean, just, creating a conversation. So I'll stand in front of a grocery store with a whole stack of brochures. And as people come out, I'll say, would you like an Avon brochure? And I'll literally just hand it to them. Would you like an Avon brochure? And they'll either take it or they won't. Sometimes they'll look at you like you're a cockroach, and hey, that's okay, because those people aren't your tribe, right? They're not interested, and you don't want to talk to them. That's not who you're looking for. But some of them are going to say, oh my gosh, is Avon still around? I haven't seen it forever. Or yes, I love Avon, or all kinds of things like that, right? And then I have drawing slips that I use, and I ask them, I mail my brochures. Would you like to get on my mailing list? And that's how I get their contact information. It's key to get contact information. And so another way you can do this is, say you're in the grocery store and you're going through the checkout lane and you're talking to the checker, and I don't know, you could just start a conversation somehow, about what a beautiful day it is, or how excited you are to be able to shop when it's not so busy, or whatever. I mean, and then, or you could just say, I'm an Avon rep, and Avon just came out with this really cool digital brochure that you can do right on your phone. Have you ever seen it? Would you like to see it? And then you get their name and put their name and phone number right into your phone and immediately text the digital brochure to them. Now you have their contact information and you've got them a brochure. Right? So that's another way to prospect. But you always are going to be looking for different ways to prospect to get new people in your pipeline, because you always have this pipeline. It's like a funnel, like a pancake funnel. And you want to be putting people in the top, and eventually they're going to come out the bottom. And so now you're going to get a brochure to every customer, every campaign. It can be paper, digital, that's up to you. And then you're going to follow up with every customer you gave a brochure to before you place your order. Every campaign. Don't assume that if they wanted to order, they would call you, because people are too busy. It doesn't work. If you're giving away brochures and you're not getting contact information, you're wasting your money. Now, I understand sometimes people find me outside the store and I offer a brochure, they'll take one and I'll ask them for their contact information, and they'll say something like, is this your number on the back? Because they don't want to give it to me, right? And I don't push at that point. I'm like, hey, that's cool. That's my number on the back. Just give me a call if you want anything. Or my website's also on the back, right? So if you can, at all possible, get their name and number. If you can't, it's all right. You never know. They may still order, right? And then take the order. So we have our daily 8 system. Well, first off, let's get here. Kathy says, hello, Lynn and Richard. I'm working hard to get the free drink from Richard in Hawaii. $2,900 away. Woohoo! You can do it, Kathy.
You got this.
We're going to talk about that more next Sunday, but yeah, you got this.
And then
awesome.
Aaron's there too, right above.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and
hi, Aaron.
Agreed.
Good evening.
Forget, and yes, reminders are good. And Aaron says, good evening. Hi, Aaron. Good to see you. Okay, so we have our daily 8 system, which is a proven system. If you're working a job, you have to work 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week to get your paycheck, right? Instead of working 8 hours a day, our goal is to capture 8 points a day, 5 days a week, for a total of 40 points in a week. And you're going to do that in a whole lot less than 40 hours a week. Literally, you could get 8 points a day. Man, you could do it in an hour or 2 hours. It depends on what you're doing and how focused you are. So here it says, print this sheet and use it to track your numbers. I already downloaded it, so it's right here. This is 9 pages, so you could just print it once, because most of it is information about how to, ideas on how to get more prospects and more ideas about, how to meet more people. But on page 2 is this tracking sheet. You want to print this and put it right by your computer or somewhere where, on your fridge or whatever, so you can constantly be filling it out. And so you're going to put the week of today's date or Monday's date, whatever you want. And then what days are you going to work? I strongly suggest that you work 5 days a week. Even if you're only working an hour a day, or or at the very minimum, do 3 days a week. But I would suggest you do something for your business every day, at least 5 days a week, even if it's only an hour, because you're going to be more consistent that way. But it's your business, so you do it however works for you. But figure out ahead of time when you're going to work: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Put the dates in here, and then excuse me. So then you're just going to give yourself points for doing these things. So 1 point for every name if you're getting contact information and you're giving out brochures. So if you're working your list, you're brand new and you started that list of 200 people, and you call somebody and you say, hey, I just started Avon. Would you like a brochure? If they say yes, and you get them a brochure, that's a point. If they say no, then you just go to the next person, right? So you're giving yourself a point for every person who says yes, who says they want a brochure. Then you're going to then add them to your follow-ups. You're just going to add them to your follow-ups now. And then same thing, prospecting for team members, 1 point for every name. And then this is a one-time deal, but you're 2 to 3 days after you've met them or you've offered them the first brochure, you're going to follow up with them. Hey, I met you at Walmart the other day, or I talked to you the other day, I texted you my brochure or whatever. I was just checking back to see if there's anything that I can help you with. And then now you're going to do your regular follow-up. So now you're going to get a brochure to every customer. I give you 1 point because our system teaches you how to do this using campaign mailer and texting brochure links. And you literally only takes you 2 minutes to set this up. I mean, once it's set up, every campaign, it literally only takes you 2 minutes to schedule it. And then you're going to do follow-up text to every customer. And again, I gave you 1 point because our system, you can literally do that in 2 minutes. And then you're going to place your order at avonnow.com and then sort and deliver your orders. Now, all of these really only have 1 point. If you're delivering books and you're driving all over town delivering books, give yourself a point for every, half hour that you're spending on it, or whatever works for you, whatever you're comfortable with, because this is your business. And sorting and delivering orders, obviously it depends on how many customers you have. If you're spending a lot of time sorting and delivering orders, give yourself maybe a point for every half hour or something, however you want to do that. Passive prospecting, I really only give you 1 point for that because you're not getting contact information. It's passive, right? Active means you get their name and number and you have somebody to follow up with. Passive means you hope they'll call you. So that could be like posting on Facebook or putting brochures on somebody's door, but you don't have any way to follow up. So you're hoping they'll call you. That's passive. So just 1 point for that, but it could be 1 point for every half hour or every hour you spend, however you want to work that. And then, then there's other things that you can do to earn points, including business training and personal development. Now, if you really want to grow a strong business, you want to focus your efforts on the top part of this. Every one of these things are important. Don't get me wrong. Every single one of these will help you in your business. You have to develop, your income follows your personal development, right? So you need to develop yourself, but you want to do these things after hours, and you want to spend not all of your points on personal development. Maybe you only really want to get 1 or 2 points a day from that, and the bulk of your effort from meeting new people and following up. And so we have a whole system. I'm going to show you where to find that, our system to do all of these things, and we teach how to automate them. So let's see. Hi, Idra. She gave out brochures at an event. And she had a couple of weeks ago and got a new customer. Yay, way to go. Events are great ways to meet people. So this is your daily 8. This is it. And you can print it right here. And then you can log your weekly numbers. So I have a little form here. It's just a Google form that you can click on, and you can just put your name, what campaign it is, and how many points you got. What were your wins this week, or what did you accomplish or do well? What did you not do so well, and how can you do better next time? That's all it is. And I'm not here to judge you. This isn't about that. This is about me supporting you. You don't need to be on my team to do this. I just really believe that a rising tide lifts all the ships, like in the harbor. So if the tide goes up, all the ships will raise with it. And there's no reason why we can't all be successful. So I'm here to support all of you, whether you're on my team or not. So you can fill this form out and I will support you. If you have put something in here that maybe you're struggling with, and I know an answer, or I have a blog post that can help you, I might email you with some tips to help you. If you did something really well, I may recognize you in our Facebook group. I may send you a card, but I'm going to do different things to support you, to recognize you, and I have your back a little bit, right? Just here to help you to do this. I mean, it's your business. You're going to do it, but I'm here to support you.
Yeah, be honest with yourself, because we're all that same way. When something goes right, we do the happy dance. And when something goes wrong, we say, ooh, I won't do that again.
Yeah.
Do it quickly.
And just by you taking the time to just say, what did you do well and what did you not do so well, you've already got in your mind what you need to do next time, right? Mm-hmm. You talk to somebody and that worked really well. You're like, oh, that worked. I can do that more. Or if you talk to somebody and you said all the wrong things, then you know that, hey, that didn't work. I'll try something different next time, right? And then be sure to join our Online Beauty Biz Facebook group. Most of you are probably in this already. This is our Online Beauty Biz Facebook group, so be sure to join that so that you can be a part of it. And then here is the post, learn more about automating your follow-ups. This is a post I wrote, and you can, if you, you can search for automate, and that will help pull this up. But basically, and there's a whole training on here, video and everything. Because, you know, when we first started, we were working 60, 70 hours a week, and I was commuting an hour and a half each way. So 3 hours a day in the car. And we had to find ways to automate them. And trust me, automating your business makes all the difference. And so this talks about how to do it. So I use Campaign Mailer to mail my brochures, even if it's my next door neighbor. They get a book in the mail. That way I don't have to go back and say, who got a book, who didn't? Did they place an order? Did I put an order in their bag? No, everybody gets it in the mail. And then when we deliver orders, we still put an order in their bag, and then a brochure in their bag. And then we might say, hey, give that to somebody else if it's an extra one. You know, who do you know? May give it to your neighbor or somebody, right? But then I use Dial My Calls for all the little old ladies. That's a phone message that's pre-recorded. So I pre-record a 30-second message. It says, hi, this is Lynn, your Avon lady. It's all right here. Just a friendly reminder, my Avon goes in this Wednesday. If you've already placed an order, thank you very much. If there's anything I can order for you, let me know by Tuesday evening. And if you don't need anything now, no problem. Have a great week. Here's how to reach me. And this is for my little old ladies that don't have cell phones. I can't text, right? So they just get a pre-recorded message. And you know what happens? A lot of them, they're used to it now. And so they don't even listen to it. They just go, oh, it's Lynn, and they hang up, and then they call me with their order, right? So, or it's on their voicemail or whatever. But so this is what I do there. And then for texting, I use Project Broadcast. And I just send a quick text. Hey, my order's going in Wednesday. If there's anything you want, let me know by Tuesday. And these are automated. They're already kind of in I have all of my customers in there. They're tagged according to Avon customer, Avon team, whatever. And I just send my text out. You know, I do it on the Monday. I place my orders on Wednesday. So I do it Monday morning. And then I tell them, let me know by Tuesday if you want anything. So this is how I automate. And you know what? Automating it does several things. Number one, it frees up your time to build your business, to go out and prospect and get more prospects and find new customers. So it takes care of your current customers so you can go out and find more. Or it might free up your business or free up your time so you can spend more time with your kids, you know? Or here's one, another reason why automating it is amazing. If you're shy, especially if you're new, so those of us who have been around for a while, we've learned how to get over it. Sometimes we just have to get over ourselves. But, you know, I know some of you, especially you new ones, are saying, oh man, I gave them a book. I don't want to be a bug. If they want something, they would call me or text me. You know what? It's not true. You have to call, you have to follow up, or you have to take your business into your own hands. You have to be responsible for your business, and you have to follow up, or else you're never going to get customers. I can't tell you how many people post in Facebook groups and they say, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I've given out 300 books and no orders. It's because you didn't do 300 follow-ups. You know, it's just that simple. And by automating it, you don't have to be in your head anymore. Now it's just the system is doing it. You don't have to worry about being a bug or, man, I don't know. Should I call her because I don't want her to think that I'm bugging her. No, it's all done through the system. So that kind of gets you out of your head, so you don't have to worry about that anymore.
Plus, it helps too if an emergency comes up. You know, say you're supposed to do your follow-up call, and you're going to call all your customers on Monday morning, and all of a sudden you get a call, and your husband or family member, somebody has to go to the hospital, and you rush off to the hospital. You don't get your calls out, and your business goes in the toilet. So this way, yeah, you can go to the hospital and take care of your family and not be concerned that your business is going in the toilet. You got all the calls out, and you're going to be getting the calls to keep growing your business.
Yeah, well, this system has allowed, like when my mom was dying 2 years ago, for the last couple of months of her life, she was in and out of the hospital, and we were at her house, either at her house or at the hospital almost all the time. And my systems allowed me to continue my business without missing a beat. And my sales didn't slow down, nothing. I mean, it just kept going. And we did a 2-week cruise to Hawaii a couple of years ago. And I mean, most of my customers didn't even know we were gone because we took care of them this way using our system. So trust me, this post is well worth it. And there's a video here that walks you through it. Okay, so let's get into claiming your power, because that's what you came for tonight, right? So, before I forget, Avon announced their Black Friday event today. It launched today. So the Black Friday sales are effective right now. So there's like 3 different special offers. I wasn't planning on talking tonight about it, but if you don't already know about it, go log into avonnow.com and find out what they are, because there's 3 different specials. Like there's free shipping with a $40 order. There's a free gift with a $60 order and free shipping. And then there's an even better free gift with a $100 order. And you have to have codes for those things. So make sure you find those out and you can use those to promote your business. This is the best time right now. Promote these Black Friday sales. Okay. So let's get on to learning about your power. So if you answered yes to any of the questions I asked earlier, about, are you overwhelmed? Do you feel like you're doing everything, taking care of everybody else but yourself? Are you feeling drained and exhausted? Maybe that's because you need to take charge of your power. You need to claim it, right? And maybe you're struggling with how to claim your power in your Avon business, right? Because you know that your business success is up to you and you alone, but you're unsure of yourself. Maybe you're new and maybe you're unable to speak up, or maybe when you do speak up, you're unheard, right? I mean, we've all felt that sense of isolation or weakness at one time or another. And the good news is that there's a silver lining to this, because even if you feel like you've lost your voice and your power, you never really lose them. You just have to work at bringing it back to the forefront. You need to learn to take charge of your life. And Alice Walker once said, the common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. I love Alice Walker. She's incredibly smart and she's said a lot of amazing things. But how many times do we do that as women, especially, right? We've been taught, if you're younger, this might not apply to you so much, but those that are my age, us older people, we grew up with a woman was always the backseat to her husband. She was always, everything had to be in the husband's name. We didn't have our own credit. It was like, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but I needed a hysterectomy at one point, and the doctor wouldn't do it because my husband hesitated, like it was his decision. And then I ended up having an emergency hysterectomy a couple of months later. But my point is, we just didn't have the power. We weren't in charge of our own health or our own thoughts or our own anything. And so, especially for women, but it's not necessarily only women. There's a lot of people that it applies to. And maybe there's even men who aren't as confident for whatever reason, right? And so first thing I want to remind you is how strong and amazing you are. Every one of you are amazing. Remember that. Tell yourself that. Pat yourself on the back in the mirror. Just whatever. Tell yourself that, because what you want to do, you are amazing. There's nobody like you. Every single one of us has the power to do whatever it is we want. And if you're not being successful as you want in your business, it could be just that you haven't made the decision that you're going to do it. The decision that you're going to be successful. But let's look at, I have 5 things that you can do to embrace your inner strength and let that shine through. So the first one, the fastest way to reclaim your power is to care for yourself. So that means practicing daily self-care. That means eating right and exercising. It also means taking time to do something you enjoy, like drawing or journaling or dancing or whatever. I mean, you can dance in your living room. It doesn't matter. Crank up the music and, and Grey's Anatomy is one of my favorite shows, Grey's Anatomy. And I love how they, Meredith and Christina Yang, I mean, that's in the older shows, but man, when they had a bad day, they just cranked up the music and just danced. And I love that. And so, hi, Andrew, good to see you. Thanks for being here. So so that's it. So, just show yourself some self-care. Turn off my phone. And so changing this mindset alone can help you claim your power, right? It's one of the best and most fulfilling ways to lead to your true purpose in life. The next one, stay spiritually connected. And spiritual has a lot of different meanings. It can mean something different for everybody. It could be church. It could be religion. It could just be spiritual. It could be just your connection with other people, right? And so staying connected spiritually is something that many of us overlook in our busy lives. And so, keeping yourself grounded boosts your power of optimism and self-assurance. And so, that feeling when things aren't the way they should, that that you're out of place somehow. Well, experts call this being misaligned with the universe. That's when you feel vulnerable and unregulated. Sometimes we seem to pick up negative vibes from everyone around you because you're just not solid in your own spiritual connection, right? And there's many ways you can do it. You can even do it at your desk or while you're at work. Yeah, I'll get that. I'm in the middle of a sentence here. And there's some things you can do to stay spiritually connected and be able to claim your power. So you could do yoga, you could do meditation, you could give of yourself, do volunteer work, work with your church or with another organization. How about just being grateful? Just take a few minutes and sit down and go, what am I grateful for today? And live your truth. Those things will help keep you grounded, help you be more who you are and where you fit in the world.
Just
So,
uncomment.
let's see. So,
Uncomment Nidra.
yeah, but Anitra said, someone I know calls it giving yourself some grace. Yes. And Idra says, I still see my comments at the bottom of the screen. You can take me off anytime you want.
That's what I was saying. You had left it on. That's all. It's off.
Click it off. I had left her.
Yeah, click it off. There you go.
Well,
that's it.
Maybe you were important, and I just wanted you to be seen. I'm sorry, I didn't even notice. So there we go. Okay. All right. The next one, step out of the box. So many of us, myself included, abhor change, right? I mean, have we not been through a lot of change with Avon in the last couple of years since LG took over? I mean, it's been crazy, right? And then between COVID and everything else that's going on in our life, we don't like change, right? And it's a nuisance, right? If I'm being honest with you, why fix something that's not broken? But many times there's certain parts of our lives that are broken and we're just too afraid to deal with it. It's scary and it's uncomfortable and it's overwhelming. And sometimes we just accept things the way they are because we don't want to make the effort to change. And so, you've heard that story of the dog on the porch that whines all the time and cries, and some guy walked by and asked the owner, why is he crying? And the owner says, because he's sitting on a nail. Have you heard that? He's sitting on a nail. Well, why doesn't he get up off of it? And he goes, apparently it doesn't hurt him bad enough yet. Right? I mean, we all do that. We put up with things the way they are because maybe we're afraid to make the effort to change it and, to find it. And so it's scary and it's uncomfortable and it's overwhelming at times. So like, for instance, quitting your job. Maybe you have a horrible, horrible job and you have to do something about it. Or maybe ending a relationship. You're in a bad relationship, right? Sometimes you have to get to the point where you're hurting bad enough to be willing to do that. But in fact, if things are really bad, maybe you might want to be proactive and say, what can I do to make this better? I'm not saying to quit your job and I'm not saying to end a relationship by any means. But if that's what you decide you need to do, then maybe that's what you need to do, right? So, if you're unhappy and you feel stuck, or maybe you just dread rocking the boat because you're telling yourself, I'll be all alone if I leave. I'll be alone. Or maybe you're afraid to take charge of your Avon business because maybe you're telling yourself, I'm not smart enough or I'm not pretty enough. But listen to me. This is really important. You are strong. You're stronger than you think. You are. You're amazing and you can do anything. Every single one of you guys. Anitra, look at you. You have your kids. You're blind. You make things happen. You're there for your kids. You're the best mom ever. And every one of you, not just to pick on Anitra, but we have all, especially moms. I think we have to be strong because we have to make things right for our families, right? But you'll be able to take care of yourself just fine. And you have everything you need to be successful in your Avon business. And in situations like this, change might actually be good for you. It might take some time to adjust. Give it a week at the most, and you'll start to notice that you've learned how to do it differently. And only then can you move forward in your life and claim your power. Because if something's holding you back, you're never going to be able to claim your power. You have to find a way to overcome whatever it is that's holding you back. Okay? Next one, be authentic. Yes, women are nurturers. We take care of others more than we do ourselves. We all do that, right? But it doesn't have to define who we are. So being authentic to your true self means getting clear on what are your likes and dislikes. It also means that you acknowledge that you're an intelligent, capable woman. An author of a highly acclaimed book, Claim Your Power, Maston Kipp, says, you have all you need within you to become the best version of yourself. If you want to read the book, there's a link there. But you should never allow external influences to tell you who you are or how you feel. That's for you to decide. You don't, no matter what, you even have the right to change your mind. You have the power and you have the right to be who you are and to go after what you need, right? Nobody gets to tell you that. People will try. They do all the time, right? But it's just no. That's all the reason why we want to claim our power, right? So we all have that one person. You know who I'm thinking about? That person who thinks they know you better than you know yourself. So they always try to advise you and help you out, even when you don't ask, right? So the subliminal message comes across that you're weak and I'm strong. And when this happens, you have to put a stop to it. Take a step back from that person because that person is not helping you. If it's all about them and you're weak and they know what's right for you, that's not helping you at all. So protect your energy from outside influences and disruptions. And that's just self-preservation. By doing that, you're in a better position to claim your power. Next one, find your purpose. So knowing what you want to do in life is great, but it's usually tied to material goals and aspirations. And those goals are typically short-lived. Plus, they're always changing and evolving, right? In fact, once you reach one goal, you're going after the next one, right? But your true purpose shouldn't be external. It should be internal. Your internal goals are when we try to recognize how we want to feel. Once you're aware of that, you can determine the emotion you're seeking. That's the first step. Then the second step is how to generate that emotion. So what is it? What's important? Yeah. Anitra says, we as moms wear many hats. We do. Absolutely. And we have so much strength. You hear amazing stories about mothers that pull cars off of kids. We have the strength because when it comes to our kids, we're all powerful, right? So what your internal goal is how do you want to feel? What's important to you? And once you're aware of that, you can determine the emotion you're seeking. That's the first step. Second step is to learn how to generate that emotion. So when you learn how to harness it, you become better aligned with the universe. And on the upside, then your self-confidence soars and you gain clarity somehow, like someone took the blinders off. So maybe it could be what makes you feel, what's important to you. Maybe it's helping others. Maybe it's the fact that people know that if they're working with you, that you are 100% upfront and honest, that you don't lie and you don't tell stories. And those kinds of things too can be who you are, and they can make you feel good about yourself because you are living your authentic life, right? And so you gain that clarity, right? And everything becomes clearer and easier to understand. And then the third step is to find ways to share that emotion with others via a variety of services. It could be through your job. It could be doing volunteer work. It could be by building an Avon team and helping others be successful. For me, that's huge. I've been with Avon 20 years, and I know Richard agrees with me on this, but we have helped so many women come from maybe poor to middle class, or, maybe get away from husbands who were abusive to them because their Avon business allowed them to make enough money to be home with their kids and not have to put up with his crap, or whatever. We've had so many stories of people in our lives in the last 20 years that we've been able to help. And that makes me feel really good. Did I do it for them? No, they did it. It was their strength that did it. I just helped them. I just held their hand or believed in them, and they did it. And just like you guys are doing it, right? And it's just amazing how our Avon business can help so many women. And even things like the breast cancer fundraising, Richard and I, we've raised close to $10,000 the last 3 years. And I just love that. That's a lot of money that can go towards helping to eradicate breast cancer, right? So, not only that, but you channel it through your relationships and work at home, right? So your real you needs to come out both in your business, and if you have a job, in your job, and at home, because that's your true life purpose, and that's how you claim your power. So remember, no one can claim your power for you. It's something you have to do on your own. Even the most successful CEOs and business moguls, and yes, even Avon representatives have to work at claiming their inner power. Even the top representatives. Even like Lisa Wilbur, she's like the number 4 money earner right now, I believe. And And when you talk to her, she says, am I afraid sometimes? Yeah, she is. She's afraid sometimes. Sometimes she feels less than. We all have that, every single one of us. Now, for her, maybe it's a different bar than what we're at. Maybe we're feeling less than right here, and maybe she's up here and she's feeling less than. But we all have those kinds of feelings because where we've grown to and how big our business is. But it doesn't go away. It's there for everybody. We all have that. And yet, so you have to work at claiming your power. And yes, it's something that requires constant attention. But with time, your confidence will soar. Your decision-making abilities will become sharper. You're going to learn how to stand up for yourself when you're right and be strong enough to admit when you're wrong. And then to generate true power from within, start by recognizing that you're smart and confident woman. You are powerful. You are amazing. So there's so much good that you can do in the world. So acknowledge the courage and the determination that you have inside of you. And the more you believe in yourself, the more others will too. It really comes down to that. It comes down to you believing yourself. Even if you look at people who are super successful with Avon, super successful, the ones that are selling, 100,000 a year or whatever, it's because they believe they can do it. The people that are earning the trips, the people that are going to be in Hawaii, it's not because they were something special about them. It's because they said, I'm going to Hawaii and I'm going to make it happen. And then they believed that they could. And that's up here, right? And that's in here. And it's all about believing that you can, because that belief and you claiming your power is probably the more important than the actual work. I mean, the work is critical. But you could do the work all day long. And if you don't have the power or the belief in yourself, you're not going to achieve it. So it's really important that we go to your belief and you claim your power. So let's see. Karen says, hi, Karen, says helping people feel better about themselves. Yes, that's pretty amazing too. And that always, and I try to do that. I try to smile at everybody. I mean, I'm not going to say that I'm perfect and that I don't get pissed off by some people, or especially I get road rage when I'm driving on the freeway. But I mean, I try to give a smile to people. If I'm in the grocery store and I see somebody, it doesn't matter if I know them or not. If we just happen to look at each other, I'll smile at them. It's hard to do with a mask. Here in Nevada, they're required everywhere. So we always have a mask on. But it's just about making people feel better about themselves. That's huge. That is so huge. So you hit that right on, Karen. So, I mean, that's really all I have. This was going to be short. Do you have anything you want to add to that?
I just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. It's coming up this next week. And I hope your day is going to be filled with lots of people, with many hands doing little work then, and in the kitchen, helping cooking and cleaning and getting to see family you haven't seen in a while and have a good visit.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, check it out. Did you see our office? I got my office all fixed up. I don't know if you can see it. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for being here. Yeah, have an amazing Thanksgiving. Go out there and promote your Good Friday, the Black Friday deals that are already available. Use that to promote your business. And then we will be back next Sunday, even though it's Thanksgiving weekend. I think most of Thanksgiving weekend will be over by Sunday. And so next Sunday, we're going to come on and we're going to talk about how to make it happen. How to, because I know a lot of us are struggling to wrap up to go to Hawaii, because that ends December 6th, I believe, is your last chance.
At 11:59.
Yeah, so December 6th is your last chance to earn the Hawaii trip. And then if you're working to achieve a promotion, a sales promotion, you have until, I think, campaign 2. Mm-hmm. But we're in crunch time now. So we're going to talk about that next Sunday. So we hope to see you next Sunday. Let me come back to just us.
Okay. Andrew said something way up there.
So let's see.
Yeah, try to lend a hand. Yeah.
Okay, Andrew says, I try to lend a hand to all my neighbors when I can. That is amazing. Mm-hmm. And they probably love that. Because you're really helpful to them, I'm sure. Tammy says, happy Thanksgiving. Karen says, happy Thanksgiving. Andrew says, happy Thanksgiving. Look at that. Everybody's saying it. Anitra, happy Thanksgiving. Idra, happy Thanksgiving. And Karen, your office looks awesome. Oh, thank you, Karen. Thank you. It's took me a lot longer than it should have to put this together. But, we all complain about Avon being out of stock, but the whole city is out of stock. Everybody's out of stock. So this is all IKEA. I love IKEA furniture. I love their shelves. My desk, everything is all IKEA, and we didn't bring them with us because we didn't have room in the truck. And everything's out of stock. Everything. It's like I had to wait. I had to try going to different stores, and yeah. But anyway, I got it. So there you go. Denise says, "Happy holidays." So you guys have an amazing Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week, next Sunday. And I hope you enjoy time with your family. And we'll see you online. Have a great day. Bye-bye.